How y'all say it, literally or literally? It is 2:34 in the morning, you guys. Okay. I did take some Benadryl earlier because, I don't know, I was getting a little sneezy, you know? I think there's something weird, like, in the air. It's like causing, like, weird symptoms. But it almost seems kind of weird to have allergy type symptoms at this time of year. You would just think it'd be like very low, you know? I don't know, child. Anyways, you guys, hey. We are back for a live writing session. This is the Tell Your Truth Daughter Writing Lab. Okay, y'all? You have entered a creative space where I am your accountability partner. You are my accountability partner, and we're just writing together, even though we are wherever you are in the world. So put it in the chat. Where are you? Where are you writing tonight, this morning? Whew, whatever it is. I am in Alabama. And let me go ahead and put in the chat. Let me put this in the chat really quick, y'all. Okay, let me see. Control A. Okay, wait a minute. And then we've got on a little lo-fi music. That's what we've been listening to here lately. I've liked it. What do y'all think of the music? Like, is it good writing music for y'all? Like, does that do a little something for you? Does it help you to get focused? Like, to just have a little white noise in the background, nothing too crazy, just something to help you stay focused. And I don't know, sometimes it seems like silence, like when it's just really quiet, like it's so loud sometimes, sometimes you need a little noise to quiet the silence, which is weird, right? But that's how it is sometimes. So, okay, I put in the chat just information about the live stream. Also, if you'd like to go ahead and get the decision audit, if you're someone who's kind of, y'all, why am I just standing here talking out of my vibration plate on? Well, y'all see me do that. Say something, okay? Be like, girl, start your vibration plate. I don't know what this session is going to do for us, you guys, because obviously I don't even have my mind right, okay? Maybe I'm still a little high off of that Benadryl. But I want to get a little writing session done. If you've never been here before, this is a live writing session with me, Dolores, and we do 50 minutes of focused work. So that's writing. Like, you could be actively writing something, handwriting it, typing it, putting prompts into your chat GPT, research, conceptualizing, outlining, or you could be speaking into a recording app that can transcribe your words. That also counts, you guys. So, whatever you find yourself doing during this 50-minute session that is moving you forward, that's what we want to get accomplished, okay? The whole objective here is to tell the truth, tell the truth of your experiences. What have you been through? What have you seen? What has shaped you, to the daughter you are today, So we've got that going. And then after we do the 50 minutes of focus work, we do 10 minutes of movement. Usually for these, I've enjoyed being on my vibration plate because I come here and I can just talk to y'all while I'm vibrating, even though I know it probably makes me sound funny, but that's what I'm doing. And they say like it's really good for like lymphatic drainage and pain and stuff like that, which, I'm sure is an issue for everybody these days. You know what? And that's another thing. Okay. There's so many people in pain these days. It's amazing to see like how our environment, how our upbringing, how, sometimes it's the people you're with, the relationships you have that can really cause, real pain in your body. I dealt with that. I have fibromyalgia and lupus. Um, and I truly believe that a lot of the childhood trauma that I experienced, has contributed to um, my state of health today, with my diagnoses. And, if I can just kind of speak truth to that and, help a daughter just understand what she's going through. Or, before it even gets to that point, help to, raise awareness so that, more daughters aren't dealing with what some of us are dealing with. Some of us are dealing with chronic pain, um, mental health issues, mental health diagnoses, stuff that we deal with on a daily basis. And uh, I know, like, sometimes we didn't know what um the things that we've experienced. We didn't know the cost of that, how it would show up in our body later on in life. And sometimes we deny what we've been through, which is really just causing more pain. And so part of these sessions is not therapy, but it could be therapeutic. Like, it could be very healing to um to start to really tell the truth. And I don't even want to say tell your truth. I want to say tell the truth, because there is an objective truth. And um and I want you to really, like, stick with that. Like, you'll get to the point one day where you can determine the difference between, what you believe to be true and what is actually true. You'll get there one day. But the point of these sessions is to help you get there one day. But that starts by just speaking the truth. What happened to you? What did it do to you? How did it change you? How did it shape you? You know, how how does it factor into your perspectives today? And, for me, who grew up as a pastor's daughter, one of the things that has really been hard for me to put a voice to is my my views on religion and faith. They have been severely impacted by the representation of the representation that was my father, of a man of God. And I know there's a lot of us who grew up as pastors' kids who have really moved far away from religion. You may not even consider yourself or call yourself a Christian these days. It's just like, um, it's just tremendously impacted, you know, your views on religion and faith. That's something that I'm navigating. I haven't really spoke out loud about it too much, but I have written about it, because what I saw growing up as a representation of a man of God, has it is really it's really impacted how I view religion, how I view faith, how I view God, you know, how I view church. And so that's something that a lot of us, pastors' daughters have not vocalized. And why? Because we can't. You know what I mean? Like, really, like, the culture is like, absolutely not, you know. But that doesn't mean that you can't still tell your truth, the truth of your experience, of what you've been through and how it shaped you. That doesn't mean you can't still tell it. Maybe what you write about doesn't actually get out into the world, but at least you doing this and engaging with this writing lab will get it out of you. So still just do it, even if you don't have a plan on it becoming something that you publish one day. Just do it for you. Do it for your own sanity. Do it for your memory, so that you can remember what you've experienced and what you've been through. You can remember how you've overcome. Maybe there are lessons that you'll pass down to your daughters one day, you know? I wanted a daughter. I didn't end up having a daughter, but I can speak to God's daughters now, all of God's daughters, even though I didn't have my own, and pass the knowledge that I have to, other daughters. And maybe you don't spread to, you don't share with other daughters, but just your own. And that's okay too. So I say use these live writing sessions as part of your therapy, part of your treatment plan, to have a space where there's good creative energy here. I wish nothing but the best for you, and to fully walk in your purpose, to fully realize your ability to discern and to make great decisions for yourself, and to do what's best for yourself. I believe in you, sis. And sometimes that's just what you need, is just to be in a space where you're supported. There's so much negativity on the internet these days. You can easily find yourself getting sucked into that. But why not just come over here? This is just you know, a 2 hour writing lab, 50 minutes of focused work, 10 minutes of, some type of movement, dance, get up and just shake it out, get on your vibration plate, do some, walk in place. If you have a walking, try it, walk that just for that 10 minutes, and then get right back into work. And I know some of you will probably, get, your creative juices will start going. And even though we end the live, you'll continue to work, you'll continue to produce, you'll continue doing what you're doing, being productive and moving forward with your goals. And that is great. I want that for you. Just because we do these sessions, within this time frame, doesn't mean that you can't continue and use this as momentum, just to get you going, just to get your flow good. So even if you come back and watch these lives after they've aired, you can still get the benefit of it. So, make sure that you do that. Let's see. I want to go ahead. We got a few minutes before we start. Go ahead and give a shout out to Million Reason. That is that's the countdown video that we're using. Here it is right here. Yeah, that's the countdown video that we're using. So if you guys are doing any sessions on your own, this is just a really cute idea. Share a screen where you have like these this countdown sound effect, and so everybody can keep track of where we are time wise. Okay, plus that ticking sound is kind of it kind of adds to the white noise, and it's kind of good. But if you don't like it, you could turn it down, or do whatever you need to do. Okay, but I've already turned it down, because when we first started doing these videos, that ticker was so loud, like so freaking loud, y'all. So okay, let's go ahead and get started, y'all. Let's get to writing. Okay, y'all. How was that? How was it? Y'all all right? Y'all hanging in there? Child. We did it, y'all. We did one full sesh so far. Well, one 50-minute session so far. I got my vibration plate going. All right, y'all get up now. Do some type of movement. Okay? Get up and stretch. You know, take some deep breaths, shake it out. Do a couple walking in place, walk in circle, dance. Do something, child. Okay, do something physical. Let's get physical, physical. Is that how that song goes? Okay, what did I do? Okay, y'all saw I started putting some things in my calendar. Okay, so I was keeping like a separate little notepad for stuff that I had done, like that I finished, accomplished, or whatever, or something that I'm in the middle of working on because I find that because I do so many different things, like I multitask so much, I'll forget that I've done something, and then of course, I find it later and like, oh my god, I can't believe I forgot that I finished that. Um, but I forget about it, so I have to write stuff down. Like I have to write down like the workbooks that I've created, the books, the like the decision audit that you guys have. You have a link for it in the chat. Um, so I wrote all of that down, and some stuff I wrote down in my calendar that I had already accomplished that was on that other page, on that other notepad, because I want to start keeping things a little more, you know, together. I can't have like stuff written here, written there, written everywhere. It's just like it's a little bit much. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little overwhelming, but it's not really helping. You know what I'm saying? So if I have a good little central place where I write everything down that I've done, that I've completed, and then of course even for my future stuff. So I just color coded, right? So I like what I did. I would have three different colors so far that I'm working with: that red, blue, and black on my calendar, and so that's how I'm able to keep stuff straight between what I've already accomplished, what's coming up. Um, so basically, like what the things that I've written that I've maybe uploaded to the school site or to my website, and stuff like that. I went ahead and put that like in black ink because this stuff is like I've already completed it. But stuff that's like coming up, I'll do that in blue ink, and then like stuff that's gonna like require that I maybe plan ahead or that's already planned ahead, then I'll put that in blue. But stuff that I've already done, finished, completed, put that in black. So, and that's mainly for like stuff that I've written or like if I've updated something on the website or something like that. Because I don't want to forget that stuff, but I will forget. Like I totally forget I did it. Or and if I don't write it down like as my upcoming stuff, then I'll forget to do it. You know what I'm saying, y'all? It's the brain, y'all, okay? But instead of like beating myself up about it and feeling like super bad about it, which I have done before, I try to put up, plans in place that'll help that, to help me remember that what I'm doing, what I've done, what I say I'm gonna do. So it's a daily struggle, honey. I feel like I don't even know if I do know the fibromyalgia definitely does make my memory stuff worse, and I definitely have brain fog, from the fibromyalgia, but also like from childhood trauma. I have like gaps of time that I just do not remember. Just don't remember it, just like full gaps of time. It's like it sucks. It really sucks. So like that's one of the reasons why I write too, though. Because it's like I want to remember, or at least have some type of record where I could jog my memory, where I can go back and read different things that I've experienced, different events, different whatever. And that's really good in a calendar too, because sometimes your calendar ends up turning to like almost like a journal, like it really is like it's a time journal. You know what I'm saying? Like you're documenting your time that you're doing. I even put my like I had a doctor's appointment the other day. Y'all, I am down 40 pounds. Can y'all believe that? I'm trying not to just be shocked at the fact that I had to lose 40 pounds. Like I actually have 40 pounds that I could lose. You know what I'm saying? Like what the world? So y'all, let me go ahead and put some of this while I'm standing here. I'm gonna go ahead and put some of this paprika and chili balsam. Y'all know I always do this, y'all, because while I'm sitting there, just sitting there being sedentary, like some of y'all probably don't. Some of y'all probably ain't even get up and move like I just told you to. See, y'all hard headed, y'all. I'm about to. Some of y'all need a whooping. Some of y'all need a whooping. I'm gonna get y'all a good old whooping, child. Get up. Y'all can't just keep sitting and sitting and sitting like that. That's not good for you. Okay, so now one thing that you can use that'll help with your hard-headed self, get some of this paprika and chili balsam. Get some of this massage gel. Okay, child. And rub it right on into that hip, girl. Rub it in, rub it in. Oh. Let me put the QR code on here so y'all can child. Should I even? Because y'all so hard-headed sometimes, child. Get it now. Get the paprika and chili balsam like I told y'all. So y'all can use this while you're sitting there doing your writing and your joints start hurting. Okay? This is what you need right here. Them joints get to hurting, that hip gets stiff. My hip do. Child. Rub some of it, rub it up that right on in, child. So you can go a little further, you can work a little longer. Okay? Because you don't really want your pain stopping you. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, my pain won't let me be great. What? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Now, since y'all probably didn't even get up, y'all being hard-headed, go ahead and get y'all a tube. Get y'all a tube of this. Go ahead and get a couple tubes. Paprika and chili balsam. It's a massage gel. Okay? Pain relief massage gel. That's going to do your body right. Okay, child? Go do you right. But it's right there. You could just grab it right there. The QR code's there. And while you're over there, child, grab some more stuff. Go ahead and get that makeup because I know y'all like the way my makeup's been looking. Go ahead, scan that QR code, get on over there, child. Get you some of that good stuff. I use the pro makeup, I think they call it like photo ready, picture ready, something like that. I don't have it right in front of me, sorry you guys. But I keep a tube of this. I keep a tube of this balsam in my bag, where when I'm line dancing, child, in that knee, you know that knee get to hurting, child. Put some of this paprika and chili balsam, just rub it on in there, child, and you could dance a little more. Okay. Sorry, I got that in. Got that on. So it's gonna work its magic. But yeah, so y'all go ahead and grab that. You can work a little longer, child. Sit a little longer so you can be focused. Because I mean, shoot, there was, and it still happens. That's why, I invest in these. I keep one in my room, like in my glam room upstairs. I keep one in there. I keep one. I have a couple tubes in my car. Just in case I gotta hook one of y'all up, child. Y'all be in line dance class. Sometimes that knee start, acting up on you. Sometimes those hips. And see, when I do my line dance class, I tell them, I'm like, go ahead and get them hips warmed up, child. You know what I'm saying? Start doing a little hip circles or whatever. Go ahead and get them hips warmed up. Okay. But that paprika and chili balsam, that'll help as well. So that'll help with that. Okay. So y'all grab that. I'll leave that right there on the screen for a few more minutes. But it's also up. I didn't even realize this. It's also up in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. You can see it there as well, that QR code. So, and you can go ahead and just scan that right there, child. So anyway, y'all. Okay, so like I said, sometimes y'all like my memory just fails me, and I hate that. Like I hate that so bad. And that's why like a lot of times y'all see me, I'm like, let's catch it. I put the camera in your face, going be like, let's take a picture, because I just want to capture these moments, like moments I that one day I fear I'm gonna forget, I just don't want to forget. I want to be able to look back and be like, oh yeah, I remember that. You know, that's all I'm saying. All right, y'all, let's get back to work. Let me see. I'm going to go ahead and take that QR code off of the screen. I see. Thank y'all. I see y'all scanning that QR code. It's also up in the upper left-hand corner, so you can scan it there as well. Okay, so just want to move that so we can get the full effect of this live stream. What am I doing, y'all? Help me out. All right. There we go. Let's run this back and let's get to writing. Sorry about that, y'all. Child. Sometimes it happen like that, huh? You just work a little overtime. Overtime. All right. So how was that? How was that last iteration? Isn't that a good word? That's a good word, isn't it? How was that last iteration? Okay. Let me see if you could come up with a nice word in the chat. Come up with a big word, y'all. Y'all got a big word on your mind? You know, a good old word like iteration. All right. So y'all get up, get moving. This is our 10-minute movement break. Okay, you guys, get up. Move your body. It could be something as simple as a vibration plate, like what I'm standing on right now, which is why my voice is shaking. Or you can get up and do some steps, walk in place. And then in the chat, you guys, let me know, like, what happened? Did something come up for you? Did you uncover some things that you forgot maybe in that last session? What are you writing? What are you working on? You doing your memoir? Are you writing poetry? Are you writing some type of work of fiction, a novel? What is going on, sis? What you got going on? Okay, what you working on? Let me know. I'm your accountability partner. You're my accountability partner. And it's like we're all just in this same creative space, you know. We're all writing together, even though we're not physically together, you know. We're spiritually together, you know what I mean? I'm sending y'all some good creative vibes. I know y'all are probably going to continue working up to this. I might end up doing it too, you guys. Because I'm like, I need a break though. I do need a break. I'm going to make myself take a break, okay? So if I decide to continue working, I might just start up another live stream. But I kind of want to keep these in the same pattern, right? So y'all will know exactly what to expect. You know what I mean? You're going to expect 2 50-minute focus writing sessions, and at the beginning we talk while we're getting ready. In the middle we have a movement break, and then here we are at the end with the movement break. So y'all, I mean, child, you better get up and dance or something, because like we did 2 50-minute focus writing sessions, y'all. Like don't sleep on that. You know what I'm saying? Don't belittle that. You know what I'm saying? Don't despise your small beginnings here, okay? Because you did something good. You did 2 50-minute sessions. And some of y'all didn't even take a break. I know y'all ain't take a break when I told y'all to take a movement break. I see you. I know you ain't take no break. Y'all ain't even get up and start moving. Y'all just kept working right on through, okay? Now, I feel you. I understand where you're coming from, sis. But also, don't neglect your body, okay? And then sometimes when you take a little bit of a break, that's good for your mind too, for your mental. You get into it, you start focusing on this, you're focusing on writing about your trauma, about stuff like that. You got to also keep in mind that you have a body to take care of, right? You've got your mental health to take care of. So take these breaks, continue the same trajectory. Like, let's say you, or the same pattern rather. Let's say you continue working after we get done here this morning, right? And you want to continue going. You still got your creative juices going. Do another 50-minute sprint. Set your timer. You can go on YouTube and do the timer like I did. Go to A Million Reason. They have good timers on there. And put a timer on for 50 minutes. And then after that 50 minutes, get your behind up, sis. Get up. See, I gotta discipline y'all, child. Okay? No, but seriously, I'm trying to make light of it, but also let you know how serious it is, because like this is heavy stuff. When you're processing childhood trauma, and some of this stuff wasn't always childhood. You know what I'm saying? Some of this stuff carried on into adulthood. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all might have had trauma that continued on. And some of you are still dealing with stuff to this day. And you're, battling that dreaded decision that Some daughters have to make. I had to make it. Do I cut my parent off or not? Do I cut contact? Do I limit contact? Do I give it time and space and then we can come back together? Like, you know, some of y'all are having to navigate that decision. And like I can totally understand because I too had to make that decision. I made that decision in 2019 in August. I made that decision. I cut contact with my father and I haven't spoken to him since. Now I've spoken about him. Okay. I've spoken about him. I wrote a whole book about him, but we're no contact. I don't speak to him. I don't deal with him. I don't engage. So, some of us have had to make that decision, regretfully, but sometimes you just don't have a choice. You just, well, you always have a choice. But the best choice, right? The best decision that you can make is to, you know, think about yourself, think about your mental health, think about your physical health, think about the family that you've created now, and they need you to be your best self. But you can't be your best self because you're still dragging daddy issues. You still have a father wound that is raw, that's bleeding, that's oozing, that's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Because you have not started that healing process. This is part of that healing process. These writing labs are part of that process. This is you saying, I'm going to dedicate this time to focus on processing what happened to me, processing it, getting it out of my body, releasing it. And yeah, you're still going to remember, you're still going to carry it, right? But releasing it, like in the form of like journaling or writing a book or at least starting that process or speaking it into a recording app which can later be transcribed you know but either way it's like you're at least releasing that truth. And that is a very powerful step in your healing process. Trust me. Okay? Like, believe me. I know. It's very much a part of it. And everybody really wants you to just go and heal silently, quietly, where you don't disturb anybody's scrolling. They don't want to see you talk about your pain and stuff like that. But so what? Like, if that's the path you want to take, I support you. If you decide I want to write about it, I want to record it, but I don't want to put it out there, then that's fine too. The whole point is to tell the truth. And this is part of it. This is the first part of this process. And when I say first part of the process, Tell the Truth Daughter is a series that I have written for y'all, and a series that I put together to help other daughters who want to write their memoir, who are ready to tell the truth about their experiences growing up. I can help you do that. I am an international bestseller. This is just the first volume of my memoir series, and it's a series. Some of y'all, it's gonna take a series. Okay, it's gonna take a series to tell the full story and to provide the knowledge and the guidance for daughters who are maybe just a step or two behind you and trying to navigate how to do it you know and so that's really where I am. I'm still, I'm a daughter who I tell y'all I have daddy issues, right? And like, you can't even shame me for it because I've admitted it. I notice the patterns. I see the patterns. I'm actively working to fix them. That's the thing, right? That's what you really want to take from this, is to be able to identify when you see that toxicity in you, when you see that you've carried on like some of that same critical thinking where you're just down on yourself, and and you're overly critical of yourself, or you're judging yourself harshly, unfairly, you know you're speaking down on yourself, you're neglecting yourself, which is a form of abuse. Like, are you really gonna abuse yourself at this point? You know? And in order to get out of that, first of all, you gotta tell the truth. You gotta tell what happened. Because in order to know how it's impacted you, you have to tell what happened. Tell it to yourself. You don't have to tell it to me. I mean, you can. You can tell it to me, but this is what I suggest. You put it on paper, you put it in a journal, you put it in a recording, and you just let it be, right? Just let it be. Just get it out of you and just let it be. Don't decide what you want to do with it right now. Whether you want to tell the world, or whether you want to do a story time series, or whether you want to, do a book series or whatever. Like, just don't even worry about that part yet. Just get it out. Get it out of you. Tell the truth. So if you're trying to even, navigate that part of it, like, okay, how do I do this? What do I do? Do I even put it out? Some of us are, having a hard time with that decision. So the decision audit, which is in the description, there's a link, and there's also a link in the comments. Go ahead and do that decision audit, okay? And decide, like, okay, is this, is is this what I need to do? Do I need to put this out now? Sometimes it's hard to make those decisions. You got to weigh out the cost of that. Like, at what cost am I willing to tell the truth? And that's really an honest assessment that some of us have to make. But you don't really know how. We weren't taught this. We weren't taught how to do this. Some of us had to just figure it out. But I don't want you to have to figure out, like, why should you have to figure it out when I figured it out and I can tell you how to do it, how I did it. So go ahead and click on this on the site, on the site that's in that'll take you directly to the decision audit, okay? And trust me, it'll be $17 well spent. And you can use it because you're never not gonna have to make decisions, Some of us are faced with big decisions very often in our lives, And you can always go right back to this decision audit. So it's just gonna keep, like, it's gonna pay for itself in how confident you feel, how much clarity you have in your decision making process, just the ability to do it. Some of us know, like, it's not like we don't know what to do. It's not like we don't have the right information. We haven't done enough research. We don't really know what was best for us, because we do. But when it comes to actually making the decision, following through, that's what we really just was like, oh my God, how do I do this? The decision audit will help you with that. So I'm going to let y'all go and continue working if you can. I mean, if you still have, that creative energy going, you still in a flow, continue working. And like I said, do the 50 minutes of focus work, and then take a break, take a movement break, and it will help you, your mentals, help to keep those juices continuing to flow, So I love y'all. And of course, remember, y'all, you are important to me. I need you to survive. Okay, y'all? I love y'all. Bye-bye for now.